My name is Gary Brown. I'm a longshoreman, 40 years in Tacoma, Washington, and I'm the former port security liaison for labor. I've been down there almost 40 years, and my work with, I'm on several committees. I'm a certified instructor with the Incident Command System for the State of Washington and the Department of Homeland Security. After 9/11, there was a committee that was formed, which was consisted of all federal agencies, actually headed by the Coast Guard, and all federal agencies, fire departments, emergency people, and labor was included in that committee. At the time, the big threat was our ports, inbound cargo. And basically, we were trying to find ways to help make our ports safer, secure. My job was to seek, because all the concerns we had on the docks with the cargo, was to seek help from some government officials, because at the time we had no voice. One person that really came to bat when I got an appointment to see Congressman Dave Reichert. Dave was on 2 subcommittees, and I went in and saw him, and all I can tell you is he rolled his sleeves up the first time I met him, and we spent over 3 hours in his office. It was a little over 3 weeks after that. He came back bipartisan with a Safe Port Act. He was involved in that. I mean, it was just packed full of all the concerns we had. I mean, he was, like a bulldog. I mean, he bit into this thing. And it comes to the unions, Dave is, I believe, is 100% supportive of that. Collective bargaining when it comes to negotiating, fair contracts and good, decent working wages for the families. And he's definitely behind that. He's been there. He knows what it's like. I'll give you a little background on him. Dave was a union man. He was a Teamster. His dad was a Teamster. He knows the fights we've had, and what a struggle it is with labor. He believes totally in supporting a working wage, safety, security on their workplace. That's a big concern of his. He's been there, he knows that. Because of the port workers being basically the front line in case something happens on the docks, he came out, once again bipartisan, with an emergency port workers training bill, which would provide training for the port workers to help in the case of an event. Sometimes they might be the only people on the waterfront in case of an incident, to not only assist, but to maybe be the only ones there in case of an incident. Before, at the very beginning, his compassion is what struck me. Out of all the people I've dealt with, for somebody to be that concerned and sincere, but his compassion about the safety and security of the public and the welfare of the citizens is right then and there. It told me. And to show you how compassionate the man is, he says, you got to think about the public, which I didn't even think about. He says, those cargo containers are leaving the docks down there, and they're going out on the roads, they're in our neighborhoods, they're going by our schools, hospitals. Look how crowded the malls are, and if you get one that's got a bomb in it, and can you imagine the devastation it would do? And that's concerned. That's something he said. He mentioned to me. He says, and once it was the public, you could just see the compassion, and that's what I tell you what is. There's nothing phony about that. He's telling what kind of a man he is. He represents everybody.